Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Give a quick confirmation that am I audible to you? Those who are in the meeting, let me know. Good evening. Good evening. Am I audible? The board is clearly visible. Am I audible? Just write audible if I'm audible. Just type in audible. Hi, Prashant. Hello. Audible? Yeah, great. All right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Fair enough. Who are in the meeting? Can I quickly know the names who all have joined in, who are all in the meeting now at this point in time? Put in your names if you are comfortable to type. If it is comfortable to type, put in your names. Not comfortable, then don't bother. Yeah. Hello. Okay, any which ways. So if you're on the app and on the mobile and not very comfortable to type in, that's all right. Prashant, you are on which device? You are on the laptop or you are on the mobile? Prashant, because you are very quick to type. Laptop, yeah, laptop is always convenient. Yeah, that would be faster to communicate. Any which ways, that's good. That's good. Yeah, fair enough. So let's get started. Let's get started. So in between, so because if you guys are on the laptop, it is always good because you can respond faster, respond faster. Otherwise, what happens is you might want to respond, but on the desktop, sorry, on the technically, if you're on the mobile phone, then responding might become a little tedious. Nevertheless, all of you sit with a book and a pen. So we are kind of in one of the lectures that's on Thursday, I guess. On Thursday, when we did about linear equation, right? So in the sense, something of the form ax plus by is equal to c. We figured out that how to find the number of integral solutions for it. So we discussed the basics of it. Today we'll discuss about the non-linear format. These are the two formats in which the questions come. Of course, there are many other formats as well. Sometimes the cubic equations were also asked, and the integral solutions were asked even for that. So, but we are going in a very structured way. We are talking about how do we deal about the non-linear format. More, it looks like a quadratic format with two variables, right? The highest power looks like 2 for the two variables put together, something like that. Okay, let's take a look at this. So before we do, let me do a quick introduction of myself. This is my background. So I've been training since 2007. That's about 14 years now, and in various capacities with various organizations. Yes, and I developed over a period of time the expertise to train students in QADI and LR areas. Yep, this is how you can reach me if you want to reach me for any quick suggestions or short counseling. So you can always reach me on Belvi Srinivas Unacademy. So this is the Telegram channel on which you can interface with me. So as you all know, the Unacademy offers two kinds of subscriptions. So one is a plus, the other one is a star. It is not actually star, it's iconic subscription, which is kind of symbolized like this. Yeah. So using these subscriptions, so what it benefits, so Plus gives you the advantage of doing the very structured courses. A lot of some educators will launch level 1 course, level 2 course, level 3 course. So you will get to know based on your learning which courses to do, which tests to take, so what study material to follow, all of which. And Iconic, in addition to all of this, gives you the clear understanding from the background of one-to-one interactions with some of your favorite mentors. Favorite in the sense, what I meant is you may want to take suggestions on quant from someone. Maybe you want to do it with a suggestion from different faculty member on verbal because you are following somebody else on the verbal. Likewise, right? Likewise, that is what. Not only that, even with respect to the B school guidance, the admissions, the interviews, response to some of the questions asked in the interviews. All of which, this is what I mean by the one-to-one guidance there. All right, so these are the subscription charge fees. This is the subscription amount, which you all might know. And on this subscription amount, when you use any of the educator code, so including my code, you get 10% discount. All right, so most suitable programs, 6 months could go well with 21 batch, 18 months can go well with 22 batch, and the other one can go well with 23 batch. All right, yeah. Iconic comes with a little bit of premium kind of pricing because you can avail quite a number of one-to-one interactions. So therefore, there is based on your timing and the faculty members training, mentors training, you can book the slots and you can avail that facility. Yeah, most importantly, this is mock season of mocks. Ensure that everybody is writing 2 full-length mocks at least per week. It's minimum at this point in time. Ensure that. And yeah, most suitable subscription. So the mocks are of course free with either with plus or iconic subscription. Any of the subscription, the mocks are free. So if you're looking at the subscription, Cat 21, the most suitable subscription would be the 6-month subscription, because you, at this point in time, you might need a lot of one-to-one interactions as well. Okay, that brings us to the end of the presentation. Yeah, okay, let's get started with the content. So this is the structures what I am primarily trying to discuss. Maybe all of them would be very ambitious task, I guess. But yes, let's try and see how much we can cover out of these 4 types. So when I say non-linear, I mean these are the kind of structures. Most popular structure used in the exam. This is the one, followed by this, followed by, in fact, this is the second one. This is the second most popular structure. I will give the rating, which means if you look from 1992 paper till now. Yeah, Rishabh, good evening, Vanya. Okay, glad that you guys are around here. Very nice. Yeah. Okay, so type 1. So if you look at the type 1, this is the most preferred structure. This is the most preferred structure. Type 3 is the second most preferred structure. Right, and then you have this as the type 3, third most preferred structure. Okay, you may say that second and third might have appeared the same number of times, more or less. And this is the least preferred structure. That's order, right? That's the order. But then these two can be learned together because they look alike, just that only a sign change in between. One of them has a plus, one of them has a minus. Otherwise, they look alike. So therefore, I'm taking them back to back. But if you look from exam perspective, if you see from 1992 papers of CAT or last 15 years of CAT papers of ZAT or IFT, you figure out that this structure has appeared more often, followed by these two structures. And this is the kind of a least preferred structure. Least in the sense, less number of questions based on that particular structure. That's a background. All right, so let's tackle the first one. Let us try and understand how does this kind of look like, right? So this can be one of the simpler questions. Okay, 3 types of questions can be asked. You need to be mindful. And of course, other than these 3 also, it will be asked, which we'll examine as we go along. So these are the 3 standard formats. What is that? Looking for a positive integral solution, or looking for a non-negative integral solution, or looking for an integral solution. What I meant by positive integral solution, the minimum value of the variable should be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. When I talk about the non-negative integral solution, 0 is also included. Therefore, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. When you look at integral solution, it can be 0, it can be plus or minus 1, it can be plus or minus 2, and so on, because minus is also fine. So that's what you mean by the integral solution. So we need to be a little careful when they are presenting the question. Are they talking, at times they talk about positive, at times they talk about non-negative, at times they talk about integral, at times they put some other condition. That also we will see as we go along. What is that some other condition they kind of try and put to us? All right, that also we kind of try and see that. Fair enough. So let's get started on this. So let's take one of the sample examples, and let's try and see what is the underlying concept behind this. Okay. So once we understand the concept, then we'll get the confidence it's only problem solving. First, one problem. Let's take time. Let's visualize it clearly as to what is that we are talking about when we meant by this. And let's take only the part A to start with. Let's take only the part A, that is number of positive integral solution, because generally positive integral solution or non-negative integral solution is more fashionable. I'm not saying that integral solutions is wrong, that also comes there. So from learning perspective, let us take positive so that understanding becomes much more faster and better. Fair enough. Let's take this question. So let's look at 1 by x plus 1 by is equal to 1 by 6. And we are talking about now find the number of positive integral solutions for this. There are actually many. All right, there are actually many. Once we do it, you will understand that there's a dozen solution, right? Somewhere about dozen solutions it has. Let's figure out that a dozen solutions for this. Let's find out. So how do we go about this? First is, whenever this is domain, it's given something like this. X is in the denominator, y is in the denominator. Get everything to the numerator. How do I get everything to the numerator? Multiply throughout by the LCM of the denominator. There is x here, there is y here, there is 6 here. Why don't you multiply both sides by 6xy? That's the first thing. First thing is put them in, look them into the numerator, so that solving becomes little easier. The moment they're in the denominators, there is always the discomfort. If you think that I'm very comfortable, I would be surprised, right? Nobody would be comfortable having them in the denominator. Shift them to the numerator, thereby we kind of become pretty comfortable about this. Okay, let's take a look at this. Somebody by name Bantu has joined. Bantu, what's your name? Is that your name? Very fancy name, nice name. But yeah, very generally I don't find that name often. Yeah, some of the names are very, very catchy at times. Yeah. If it is a nickname, let me know your actual name. So that's it. That's a name. Then it's pretty surprising. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this. So let's take a look at this. 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by 6. That's what is given there. Multiply throughout by 6xy. So therefore, how does it write? So you are multiplying. So first part will become 6y. I multiplied plus 6x, which is also equal to xy. This is how it looks. The same equation, if you multiply both sides by 6xy, y multiply by 6xy, by why not by something else? LCM of these numbers. There is x here, there is a y here, there is a 6 here. Multiply throughout by 6xy, then you will not have anything in the denominator. Rather, your numerator would look something like this. Fair enough. From here, write it as xy minus 6x minus 6y is equal to 0. Just that all variables on one side, all constants on the other side. That is how we write. All it be tolerant. That's how we generally write. You may say that no, sir, in quadratic we don't write like that. We write everything on the other side. I agree. I'm not saying that that is how we write. General pattern is what? Whenever we write an equation, we generally write all variables on one side, all constants on the other side. We follow it. How much it works, we don't know. But these are the hardwired things in our mind. It's been drilled by teachers right from our school times, basically. So we go with that thought, general thought. All right, that's the most general thought. This is what it looks like. Then what? All right, now, so from here onwards, it is more like a quadratic. Take these two at a time. Take these two parameters at a time. Take the common there. Common, what you take should be always a variable. X common and y minus x. This is the standard operating procedure. From where you learn, let me be a problem here. Just to illustrate, it is worth it so that you will understand it better. So for example, if I have where these thoughts are coming from, let me help you to understand that. If I have x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, you will laugh at the problem. What big deal about this problem? I'm not talking about the problem. I'm talking about the approach to this particular problem. What is that your school teachers have taught? Exactly same thing we do on the other side as well. Okay, so your teachers have said that, okay, put that factorization, all that stuff. Fair enough. You write 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. Right? Factorization, we all know. I'm not teaching how to solve a quadratic. I want to focus on the method. Now, listen from here very carefully. From here, you would say, hey, I will take these two. And you always take a variable, sure, for outside. Along with the variable, you want to take a constant also. That's a different issue. But your teachers have clearly said, look at two fellows and take a variable outside there. So therefore, in this case, you take x common and then you write it as x minus 3. Then your teacher said, I don't know what you do. If you're doing with the factorization method, you must get another x minus 3 here. How? We don't know. If you don't get, factorization doesn't work. Simply said. That's all your teachers have said. If you another x minus 3 does not work, it doesn't work. Okay. Therefore, even before you look at the next one, because you already got an x minus 3 here, you take it for granted that you will write an x minus 3 here. And then you look at this piece 2x minus 2x plus 6, and you do that adjustment. By writing this minus 2, you will again get x minus 3 in the bracket. Why your teacher wanted x minus 3 there? Because in the next step, x minus 3 becomes common, because that becomes the common between the elements, and then you write x minus 2, which is equal to 0. Exactly, this is what we follow here. Absolutely no difference. So this is what precisely we do on this particular question also. Okay, let's try this. So I looked at this, therefore I looked at this xy minus 6x. I looked at this parameter xy minus 6x. I took x common, therefore I have y minus 6. I don't know what I do. I just want another y minus 6. That's it. I want this whether it is there or not. While in the next step, this y minus 6 will be common. In the next step, this is going to be common. But you may wonder, sir, where is y minus 6 there? All that's a question. Fair enough. I also understand. I have only minus 6y. Let me at least match that. So therefore, I got minus 6y. But what I got extra, minus 6 into minus 6, which has become plus 36. Okay. On the left hand side, if there is a plus 36, here also add plus 36. What did I do? I balanced the equation. There was a 0 here, but with 0, I cannot balance it because I got this extra minus 6 times of minus 6. I got extra. It wasn't there, but I wanted it. Therefore, minus 6 into minus 6 has become plus 36. To balance it, I wrote this. And hence, I will get my y minus 6 common from here. And inside the bracket, I would have another x minus 6, which is equal to 36. Does anybody need an explanation further on this? Are you understood? Did you relate this quadratic side with this? How exactly we work on the quadratic? We do it here. In the quadratic, it gets auto-balanced. Here, we deliberately balance. That's it. It's a deliberate balance. All it is. Whereas in the quadratic, what we did with our teachers is it was auto-balanced. We don't have to bother much. It used to get auto-balance. Automatically, it used to get balanced. Here, I'm deliberately trying to balance it. It is not automatically getting balanced. Method remains same, but it's a deliberate balance. You are trying to bring a balance there. Comfortable? Everybody comfortable? Give me a quick understanding, because this is the basic. This is half part of the journey. This is the half journey, because once we reach this stage, half the journey is over. Give a quick understanding other than Sonakshi, Prashant, and Rishabh. Guys, sit with the time, sit with the laptop. That's always easier. If you sit with the laptop, responding is faster, right? Learning is also faster. You can communicate what I am trying to say. I mean, you can respond back better, right? On the generally, all right. Also, I don't. Some of you may be very, very comfortable on the mobile as well. Some of you may be very comfortable, no doubt. I'm talking only from my understanding. I'm not that comfortable when I do few things on the mobile, right? Maybe typing quickly, some text, responding becomes little challenging. Yeah, yeah. But some of you are very good. I understand that as well. I've seen the other spectrum also, because some of my colleagues, some of my friends in the fraternity, they're pretty good with the mobile also. But then I've seen quite a bit of us struggling, right? So not only me, I've seen sometimes the students struggling also. So it depends, right? Depends. Okay. Right. Good. All right. Clear? Good, very good. Okay, now come to the next portion of it. Listen, now let me highlight on this. Half journey is over. See this here. So therefore you said, let me take another slide. Let me take a fresh slide. So we reached here. We've started off something like this. We started off with 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by 6. After all transformation, we reshaped it to x minus 6, y minus 6, is equal to 36. We brought it to this shape. If you ask me, what did we do so far? The whole journey was, we started somewhere like this, or we started here, somewhere like this. This is how we started, and this is where we ended. Right? So I just illustrated this because this is the first step for any of these particular questions. Okay. Now how to deal with this particular portion? It is very simple. X minus 6 is nothing but A. All right, X minus 6 is kind of a number. This is A and this is B. A into B is equal to 36. I'm trying to say that product of two numbers is 36. And it's also given that X and Y are integers. I'm also looking at positive integers, because I said that we will first do it from positive integers perspective. If X and Y are integers, think about this. Say this is an integer. Integer minus integer is another integer. Integer minus integer, another integer. Therefore, you are trying to say that product of two integers is 36. That's what you are precisely primarily trying to tell me. I'm saying x minus 6, you can keep it as it is. Assume it is a. What is a? Is it become a fraction all of a sudden? Has it become some real number other than an integer? Of course not. Because x minus x is an integer, because author said that x and y are integers. Positive integral solutions is what I'm looking for. Therefore, x minus 6 becomes another integer. Y minus 6 becomes another integer. Therefore, you are now trying to say that product of two integers is 36. Very good. So that's what we are trying to understand here. Come back. So how you can write this? So therefore, you say that 1 into 36 is equal to 36. You may say that no, 2 into another one you are writing 2 into 2 into 18 is equal to 36. I'm not writing all of them. Just visualize this once. After that, we don't do it time and again, because sometimes the numbers may be larger. Not a very small number, so that we can visualize this stuff, right? 2 into 18 is 36. You can write 3 into 12 is equal to 36. Like this, towards the end, when you go, you can write this reverse also. You can say that, sir, I will write 36 here and I will write 1 here. 36 into 1 is also equal to 36. Okay, understand this. Now let me come to this. Therefore, what are the values, man? Okay, you wrote all of this. This is pretty good. What are the values? Now come back, substitute with respect to this. You are saying that x minus 6 is 1. First solution set I'm writing. If x minus 6 is equal to 1, then x is equal to 7. First solution set. Y minus 6 is equal to 36, which means y is equal to 30. Y is equal to 4, so y is equal to 42. So what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say that 1 by here, 1 by x means what? 1 by 7 plus 1 by 42 is equal to 1 by 6. That is one solution. That is one solution. Okay. What if I take the second one? What do you mean by second one? X minus 6 is equal to 2. And then y minus 6 is equal to 18. In that case, you are trying to say that, hey, x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 18 plus 6, which is equal to 22. So that's the second solution you are trying to say, 22. Therefore, you are trying to say that 1 by 8 plus 1 by 22 will also be equal to 1 by 16, right? That is the point you are trying to make. Therefore, I said that, hey, on the face of it, I can see double odd solutions here, more than dozen odd solutions here. We will come to that. You may say that, okay, so how the last one would be different, sir? The x minus 6 is 36. So you are saying that y minus 6 is nothing but 1. It means what? X is equal to 42 and y is equal to 7. That's different from the first one, because earlier x was 7. But here y is nothing but 7. Y was 42. Now x is 42 because x and y are variables. The value of variables are the coordinates. X comma y are the coordinates. So the values keep changing. That is the meaning there. Okay, therefore now should I write all of them to count? Not necessarily. From the numbers chapter, you know what are all these? 1 is a factor of 36. 2 is a factor of 36. 3 is a factor of 36. Like this, 36 is a factor of 36. Therefore, what is that I'm trying to ask? You look at this 36. Please tell me the factors of 36. Number of factors of 36 is nothing but number of answers. That is the number of values x can take. Correspondingly, y will take some values there. So that's the third part. Third part is what? You look at this 36 and then find out the factors of 36. That's second part. First part is writing this in this particular shape. This is the part 1. What is part 2? I illustrated the full journey, but we will not write the entire journey like this hereafter. Rather, we will say that, hey, okay, so you have already factors of 30 because 1, 2, 3, when I wrote all these numbers, what did I write? I nothing but the factors of this number is what I wrote. Write the factors there. Therefore, factors of 36. 36 can be written as 2 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 2. All of you know how to find the factors. Therefore, you look at this 2. There will be 3 ways of permuting this. There will be another 3 ways of permuting this. Therefore, 9. Therefore, number of factors of 36 are 9. So, and hence you are saying that this has 9 solutions. There are 9 ways to express this as 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by 6. All are positive integers. Try to digest this. If there is a doubt, ask me. Try to digest because this is the basic. What I told now is the basic. Now we are going to play around with this particular basic. If there are any questions, ask me here. Digest this fact, what has happened there. While digesting, if there is a problem, let me know. Where is the problem? If there is a problem, let me know. Only 2 steps. Basically, it's a 2-step approach. They represent it like this. You represent it like this. After representing, it boils down to factors. It boils down to factors. All of you might know if a number can be written as prime to you decompose them into primes. You express the given composite number. You express the given composite number as primes. That is prime 2 raised to power b, prime 3 raised to power c, etc. By using principles, so that fundamental principle of counting from PNC, you realize that number of factors for n is nothing but a plus 1. That's fundamental principle of counting. That comes from your PNC chapter, right? B plus 1, C plus 1, etc. Right? C plus 1, etc. This is what I wrote there to figure out the number of factors. Just in case if you are wondering from where you got this, that is from the fundamental principle of counting, right? Either you study it in PNC or you put it in numbers. Wherever you learned, you would have learned it somewhere there. So this is what it becomes. All good other than Rishav and Sonakshi. Others also kind of understood here. Who else is there? Vanya is here. Who else there? Prashant, understood? Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay, others also, if you can type in and let me know. So all right. So unless like on your device, it's very challenging to type. So but always sit with a device which is easy to communicate from the other side as well. Otherwise, it becomes a monologue, right? So which means anyway, you can't speak. That already is an issue. So at least communicate from the other side by yes, no, whatever, right? So or you have some doubts, communicate that would make a lot of sense. That gives me also confidence to teach further. Otherwise, I'll also be wondering on the other side. So to what extent I should teach? Should I stop there? Should I again re-explain it? So that I have to take a lot of decisions based on your response as well. Good, very good. So that's the point. Okay, on the same question. So because we said that hey, we will open up to the thoughts with respect to about 2-3 varieties. Okay, let's take another example. Okay, you do this later. So let me complete this thought. We said that hey, what about the non-negative integral solutions? What about the non-negative integral solutions for this? Number of positive integral solutions will be same as number of non-negative integral solutions for this equation. You may wonder, how do you know, sir? Number of positive will be same as number of non-negative because x cannot be 0. X cannot be 0 because x is in the denominator. How on earth you can make x 0? X cannot be made 0. If you make x 0, it becomes indeterminate. Y cannot be made 0. X and y cannot be made 0. He's saying that can I find the non-negative integral solution if x and y in the domain? This is called as the domain, right? In the domain, it's domain check. Understand where are those x and y's, where are the positions of those x and y's. You understand that I can't make it 0 there. If you can't make it 0, accept it as it is. Number of positive integral solutions are same as number of non-negative integral solutions. Okay. What about number of integral solutions, right? Third part there. What about the number of integral solutions to this? Okay, if I were to do the number of integral solution, watch this quickly. if I want the number of integral solutions. So here, we reach it till here, first stage. From the from this particular stage, we said that hey, this is 36. So you can also write it like this. Hey, can I write 36? Can also see you already wrote 1 into, you wrote this earlier. You wrote this, a 1 into 36 is equal to 36. But I can now write this as minus 1 into minus 36 can also be 36. Therefore, now I can write x minus 1 is equal, x minus 6 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, x is equal to 5. Then you may say that y minus 6 is equal to minus 36. Therefore, y is equal to minus 30. What I'm saying, put x is equal to 5 here and put y is equal to minus 30 here. You will get the same answer. You will still get 1 by 6. That's the point I'm trying to say. Because you just wanted 36. Can I have minus 1 minus 36? That also gives me a product called as 36. You earlier said that, hey, I can write this as 2 into 18 is equal to 36, right? Now I'm suggesting that you can also write this as minus 2 into minus 18. That also gives you 36. Your values of x and y will change. Now you are saying that x minus 6 is equal to minus 2. Therefore, from here you would say that x is equal to 4. Here a y minus 6 is equal to minus 18. Therefore, you would say that y is nothing but minus 12. Y is nothing but minus 12. Substitute x is equal to 4. You substitute y is equal to minus 12. You substitute. You still get the answer as 1 by 6. That's the point. Therefore, what is the answer, friends? Earlier answer was how much? 9 was the answer earlier. You type it now. What is the answer to this question? If I say that find the number of integral solutions, what is the answer? Find the number of integral solutions to this particular equation. 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by 6. What is your answer? Put in the chat. Earlier answer, number of positive integral solutions are 9. It is still on the board. All right, it's still on the board. Number of positive integral solutions are 9. Now, what is the number of integral solutions? Therefore, what is the number of integral solutions? What is the number of integral solutions? Number of integral solutions, right? Okay, right. Yeah, one case you have to exclude. Sonakshi is right. One case we have to exclude. What is that one case you got to exclude? Listen carefully. So somewhere here you would have written this as minus 6 into minus 6 also. Dot, dot, dot. When you wrote this, like this, you went on up to minus 36 into minus 1, no doubt. So here, this is the case which you have to exclude. So this is the case you may have to exclude, right? Except that particular case, all cases here are fine, which means there were 9 positive cases. 9 positive cases. Now 9 negative. What is 9 negative cases? I meant that minus and minus here, like this. All right. Now you have a minus, you have a minus, minus to this, like this. Only this case needs to be excluded. Why? Because when you write x minus 6, all right, now here, when you write x minus 6 is equal to minus 6, x becomes 0. X minus 6 is equal to minus 6. What's the value of x? 0. Y minus 6 is equal to minus 6. What is the value of y? Even that becomes 0, right? But 0 is not included. Why? Because you have to do the domain check. Where is x? X is in the denominator. Where is y? That's in the denominator. You can't make them zeros. You can't write 1 by 0 plus 1 by 0 is equal to 1 by 6. That case is excluded. Always one case is excluded. Therefore, it can be kind of written as a 2 times of factors. Twice the factors minus 1, which means whatever the factors you had got earlier, you got 9 factors, double it. You will get 18 factors, correct? But subtract one case from there. Always that one case would be always there, right? That one case you may have to exclude. Exclude this particular case, rest of the cases are fine. Made sense? Clear here? Everybody clear? Made sense? You had 9 factors. All of them can be written with the negative sign. All of them can be written with a negative sign, out of which one does not work because that makes x and y zeros. That would make x and y zeros. Rest of them would not make x and y zero. Rest of the cases you will not find x and y zero. Only this case. There is always one case which makes it zero. Exactly one case. You always find that. As we go, we'll discover that. Always there is one case which makes it zero. Okay, good. All right. All right. All right. Try this quickly. Give me the answer, everyone. Give me the answer to this question. Go ahead. Give me the answer to this question. Okay, open the poll. Give me the answer in a minute. Okay. Are you guys able to do this? What happened there? Okay, so you first convert this, right? So you multiply throughout by what? You multiply this throughout by 4xy. That's the first step because you don't want things in the denominator. Domain remains same. You only rewrite it. You rewrite it so that it's convenient for you to solve. From that perspective, you rewrite it. Therefore, you rewrite the first one as 8x, 8y plus 8y plus 12x is also equal to xy. You kind of write it like this. From here, you rewrite this as xy minus 12x minus 8y is equal to 0. This is the step that you write this. You first rewrite it like this. From here, you convert this as x. I'll let you write this as xy minus 12. I told you already. So therefore, you simply want y minus 12. Therefore, minus 8. So you say that on the other side, what you got now is 8 into 12. Right? You got into is 8 into 12. So that's you have to balance because this wasn't there. Minus 8 into minus 12 wasn't there with you. Therefore, you balanced it, deliberate balance. You deliberately try to balance it. From here, you say that x minus 8 into y minus 12 is also equal to 8 into 12. Is also equal to 8 into 12. This is what you kind of write it there. Okay, so therefore, this is nothing but what is 8 into 12? This becomes 2 raised to power 5 into 3 raised to power 1. Right? 2 raised to power 5 into 3 raised to power 1. So you find the factors of this. So what are the factors of this? This is 6 and this becomes 2. 6 into 2, all it which would now become 12. All it 6 into 2 would become 12. That is, this is how you kind of rewrite it. So 12 factors are there. 12 factors are there. That is your answer. All 12 factors are nothing but your answer. You write all the 12 factors, which becomes your answer, which is nothing but none of these. These are the 12 factors. You kind of write it for the answer to this particular equation. Made sense? Is this clear to you? That's it. 12 is the answer. 12 is the answer. Why? Because I wanted positive integral solutions. That's a 12. All 12 factors is the answer. You want me to show or did you understand this? Do you understand this? 12 is the answer. You understood this? Or you want me to show, write and show a little bit here so that you understand completely? All of you got the complete structure of this? All clear? Confirm, guys. Everybody confirm. All clear. Any doubt? All clear. 12 is the answer. It's none of these. 12 is the answer. Answer is 12. Yeah. Very good. Now listen to me. Listen to me. People write this little faster as well. If there is any engineering students here and prepared for your engineering entrance exam, okay, you might not be doing engineering, but at least if you're prepared for your engineering exam, now these are the very standard structures you kind of learn from that perspective. That's one of the reasons I say that IITians kind of solve these kind of questions very, very fast because these are pretty standard questions. That's why I say call it as a type 1 here, right? Type 1 here, which is the straight line ratio. There is no straight line here. It's a curve. There is no straight line here, right? Okay, so let's quickly see this. Let's quickly see this, how you can go ahead rewriting this. Okay, now this is the structure you kind of remember. You kind of, if you don't remember, try to remember now because this is a type 1 and which is the one of the important types. At least for the important types, if you remember something, it gives you. So other types you remember not, doesn't matter. I said that out of the 4 types in which these questions are presented, of course, there are miscellaneous types. I'm saying these are the 4 standard types which I presented in the beginning of the lecture. This is the most important one out of all these 4 types. So how does this look like? So if the equation is of the form ax plus by is equal to 1 by c. Ask anybody if somebody is in the class 11, class 12 preparing for IIT JEE. So ask them, they will immediately tell the answer to this because they know how to write this. If something is like this solid, now their teachers would have said this can be written as x minus ac, y minus bc is equal to ABC square. All right, this is how this can be written. All I want is what? The factors of this particular number. That's it. I will not be interested whatever is coming here. I will not be interested on the left hand side in this question because I anyway want all positive integral solution. I would be interested only on the right hand side. Therefore, I would have simply plugged it here. What is the value of A? Value of A is 2. I would have plugged this particular number. What is the value of B? It is 3. I would have plugged this particular number. What is the value of C? It is 4. Therefore, I will write it as 4 square. I will write them in the proper or let P1 raised to power here, that structure, because I'm looking for the factors. This would become 2 raised to power 5 into 3 raised to power 1. I will write this as 6. I will write this as 2. And I will simply say that 12 is the answer. This is what how a fellow who has done his 11th standard math would have done it. Somebody not done, fair enough. So whatever the method I taught so far, that is how they do it. Somebody knows about it, that's how they do it. Therefore, for that fellow, this takes just 20-30 seconds. That's why I say that the given our quant paper by some of the good students who are prepared for IIT, etc. Last 2 months they will prepare and then brush it up, and they will easily get 99.5 percentile, etc. in quant, for a simple reason that all this they have done during the math Olympiad during their schools, or they would have done during 11th and 12th so well. All they need is some 2 months of brush up. I've seen them. I've seen them in India batches as well at IIMs. All they prepare is last 2 months or something like that. They fill the CAT form and then start preparing maybe sometime before that, and they will get it. Unless there are some good readers, right? If they're not, if they are poor readers, they will start in the month of June, July, when the CAT notification comes. If they think that they are little poor readers, some of them are good readers, they don't need more than 2 months. This is practically what I've seen in the last 13-14 years. Reality. It's just that they've put that hard work in their life already in the past. Some of us are trying to put that hard work now in our life. That's it. Some people have put it before. They're reaping the fruits of it because they've already grown the tree. Some of us are trying to grow the tree now, tree of knowledge, temple of knowledge. We are trying to grow it. No, that's the only difference. We all need to grow it. So what interval of time? Different. All that's different for different people. This is how they would have solved. They'll not bother to write all this because that's also waste of time. If already show this to an IITian, he will look at this and he will just look at this 2, he will look at this 3, he will look at that 4, he will directly write this and he will write this and he will write this. This is how he gets the answer. Method clear now, approach clear. That's also fine. That is also fine. That is also fine. Right? As long as you understand it is fine. If you want already, you can verify this. Look at your previous equation. Didn't we get x is equal to a into c? That is 4 into 8, x minus 8. This is what you wrote. Y minus b into c, that is 3 into 4. You wrote this, and then you wrote the same stuff. You wrote the same stuff. 2 raised to power 5 into 3 raised to power 1. You wrote it like this. You took some time to get this. Yeah, but we should know that. The point is why we should know that. We'll come to it because CAT will ask on this also. These are pretty elementary questions. When we get something like this, piece of cake, cakewalk. I don't have to bother about this. Okay, everybody clear on this? Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Further? All good? Any doubts? Any questions? Anyone? Okay. Right. Good. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Yes, guys, tell me the answer. Give me some confidence. Give me the right answer, everyone. Give me the right answer to this question. After this, I'll give a CAT question. Practice question. All are CAT type. CATs at IFT. You can't expect this in Snap or something like that. Okay, don't expect these kind of questions in Snap. Very unlikely. Even in NMAT, it is very unlikely. Right? If you are prepping for CAT, ZAT, or IFT, it will make sense. So let me make it clear. You don't have to prepare at this level for NMAT or Snap kind of. Yeah. Okay, I will open the poll and I'll give you 60 seconds. Do this because that's all the time it should take. I already told you the method. More than 60 seconds. I wonder why you need more than this time. Okay. All right. All right. Dhruv, what you are trying to ask, CAT, which slot? Counts a slot. That they will only tell. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. They will only tell. They will only tell which slot you should write. They will distribute people among 3 slots equally as possible. That's what they do so that normalization becomes better. And we don't have a control over that. Okay. We don't have a control over that. So that is done by the CAT authority. System does that. Even not the people who does that. It's a system which does that. No, nobody sits with 2 lakh applications and decide. They just give the command, these many women, these many girls, these many boys, all that command will give, and it will take that command and it will work. All right. It's all systems generated, programming is written, and algorithm will take care of all of that. Right. Nobody will sit with those application forms and decide all of it. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to worry. So once they decide about a month or month and a half before, they will let you know about it. Right. Okay. So let's go in here. So very simple. So we all know if you want to rewrite it, write it like this. So I already told you. So x minus AC. You can rewrite this as y minus BC, which is also equal to ABC square. You can quickly rewrite it in this particular format. Therefore, x, where is A? This is A. This is B and this is C. All right, these are the symbolic, right? Yeah. X minus, if you are rewriting this, you would have written this as x minus 30. And here you would have written it as y minus 45, which is also equal to 2 into 3 into 15 square, right? Something like this. This is what you could have kind of written. 2 into A, B, and C square. This is what you would have written. So this is what is more important to me. Okay, I will take a look at this part and we'll rewrite this as 2 raised to power 1, because before finding factors, we'll regroup all the primes, composites, etc. And then you rewrite this as 3 raised to power 3. You may wonder, where is 3 raised to power 3? In this 15, there is a 3 and there is a 5. Right? Therefore, 3 square and 5 square, 3 raised to power 3 and 5 raised to power 2. Okay, what are the factors therefore? There are 2 ways to permute this, there are 4 ways to permute this, and there are 3 ways to permute this. Right? Therefore, you say that, man, there are 24 factors. All right. But did I ask positive integers here? No, I asked integers. Which means positive, negative, anything is fine. For example, you might say that okay, what is the value of this complete number? This is 225 into 6, right? That is nothing but 1350. You can write this as 1 into 1350. I'm fine with this. 1 into 1350 is fine. And you can also say that no, I will write it something like 30 into 45. That is also fine. 30 into 45 is also fine. I'm writing, I mean, in between you would have written this, and towards the end when you went, you might have written 1350 here, and you would have written 1 here. So these are the factors. 1 is a factor, 30 is a factor, this is a factor. You would have written this full list. That full list is 24. Okay, so we understood that full list is nothing but 24. Understand this very carefully. So therefore 24 of the numbers are positive. What are these 24 factors? These 24 factors, what you have written so far, are positive. X and Y are positive. So I already told that integers means what? Negative also fine, I said. Therefore, why not write -1 into -1350? That works, because this time y being negative is also fine for me, right? So similarly, you can write this minus here, minus here. This does not work. This does not work. If I write x minus 30 is equal to minus 30, then x becomes 0. Right? If you write y minus 45 is equal to minus 45, then y becomes 0. X and y cannot be 0 because in the domain, they are in the denominator. That cannot. Right? Therefore, except one solution. Therefore, on the negative solution, which means either x would be negative or y would be negative, you get another 23. So this is where I said that, hey, 2 times of factors minus 1. Whenever they ask integral solutions, whenever they say that, hey, man, please give me all integral solution, do 2 times of the factors minus 1. Therefore, you would say that 48 minus 1. 48 minus 1, 47 will be the right answer. Comfortable? Everybody's comfortable with this thought? Basics are clear? Basics are clear? Are the basics clear? Are there still doubts here? Is the basic format and the first type is clear to everybody? See, all these are 30-second questions. Once we are very clear with this, these kind of questions has to be done in less than a minute. Less than a minute. Honestly, it should be tackled in less than a minute with the right answer. Because you will know a little bit about the factors. See, therefore, I say that algebra, numbers, they all go hand in hand. Basics go hand in hand. You can't skip any chapter. Depth you can skip. Width you should never skip. Width, if you skip, you will not be able to do algebra question because you don't know basics of permutation. You won't be able to do algebra question because you don't know about factors in number. See, that's the problem. All right, that becomes the problem there. So you classify this under numbers or algebra, doesn't matter to me. Some people deliberately put this in numbers chapter. Put it because they love numbers chapter, they put it there. Some people love algebra, they will put this under algebra. Where you put doesn't really matter to us. Basics, all chapters you should know. Otherwise, simple questions, 30 seconds questions will not be able to solve. This can be a 30-second question. Okay, take 1 minute question, whichever way you are comfortable to think. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'm fine with it. You will find your own speed, because I may say 30 seconds, you may feel that, no, sir, I want 1 minute to wait. Fair enough. So we'll all have different speeds, little bit here and there. But with the right approach, we will take less time for sure. But point is, if you don't know the basics of all the chapters in quant, there will be an issue. There is a genuine issue. That's where the scores come down. You don't have to know the depth of every single chapter, but the breadth, nobody has a choice if you really want to do well in any entrance exam. Okay, fair enough. So now I'll open up to the cat question. This is cat question as it is. This is cat question as it is. Give me answer in 1 minute. Give me answer in 1 minute, everybody. This is cat question as it is. Okay. Why others couldn't answer? Answer, guys. Take a little more time. Answer this and put it in the chat. Only Naman could answer it. Okay, I will count another 30 seconds by myself. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Everybody finish it. Put it in the chat. 10 more seconds. Okay. All right. So rewrite it first instead of it. No. So n has become y here. That's my mistake. So make that auto correction. This is n here. If you're thinking it is y, you just have to make those auto corrections, because while typing it goes, they used m and n. So maybe while rewriting it, I would have written x, y, whatever. So make those auto corrections sometimes. Yeah, fair enough. So let's take a look here. So you are writing this as, all right, you are writing, all right, here, additional condition. That's what they do. N is an odd number, right? He says that already now. So n cannot take all the values. You have to take n an odd number. Fair enough. We will take that as an odd number. But first rewrite this whole stuff. We know how to write it. M minus 4. This much we know. M minus 4 plus 3 plus minus 4 into m minus 4 into n minus 12. M minus 4 into n minus 12 is equal to 1 into 3 into 4 square, right? 1 into 3 into 4 square, which is nothing but 48. So I will write this as 1 into 3 into 4 square. I will write it as 2 raised to power 4 into 3 raised, into 3 raised to power 1. All right, 2 raised to power 4. I'm rewriting this as 2 raised to power m into, so a into b into c square, right? So that's what you are writing there. 4 square is 16, which can be written as 2 power 4, and this can be written as 3 power 1. This is how you can rewrite this particular portion. Comfortable so far? Everybody is comfortable? This equation is clear to everyone? Anybody any doubt? Anybody any doubt? Is this equation clear? Is this equation clear? Those who followed from the beginning, if somebody has joined in between, you can't say that it's not clear. Please do it from the beginning. Right. Those who were doing it from the beginning, is this clear? Is this clear? Sonakshi is clear. Can I assume that others are also clear other than Prashant and Sonakshi? At least those who are following, writing this piece should not be a problem. We all should have arrived at least at this. This piece should be clear. Yeah, okay. Same as the previous one. Correct. This is the spot. This is the spot. Because we'll not analyze this. Rather than analyzing this, we will write this and we'll start analyzing. We'll write this and we'll start analyzing, which is easier for us. Okay, fair enough. Now listen to this. All right, you just take a look at this part. All right, in this case, you take a look at this particular part. He says that, okay, n should be odd, right? N should be an odd number. Okay, odd number minus 12. What is odd number minus 12? Odd. Output should be odd number because n is odd. He's saying that, hey, take n as an odd number. If you take n as an odd number, if you take n as an odd number, so n is an odd number, therefore odd minus 12, n is an odd number minus 12. See, n minus 12, what is the output? I'm talking about the output. Does output look like an odd number or even number? First, let's analyze that. Okay, n author says that is an odd number. Odd number minus 12. If you remove an even number from an odd number, the output is going to be an odd number. Therefore, write odd number as the answer. What do you mean by write odd number as the answer? Look at this. How many odd factors are there for this number? Only two. One is the odd factor and three is the odd factor. Look at this and say, well, one is the odd factor and three is the odd factor. There are only three odd factors. What about the rest of them? Even factors. Say, what is the total number of factors? Total number of factors, you look at this 4 and you will write it as 5. You look at this one, you will write it as 2. Correct. 10 factors are there. I agree, 10 factors. The number has 10 factors. But odd factors are generated by the odd number. Contribution of odd number comes from odd number. Even number cannot contribute. This is 2 power 4 into 3 power 1. 2 power 4 cannot contribute for odd factor. 3 only can contribute for the odd factor. 1 is the factor of any number. And there is a 3 power 1. Therefore, 3 becomes another factor of this number. There are two values. What do you mean? You are trying to say that n minus 12. You are trying to say that n minus 12 is equal to 1. Therefore, n is equal to 13. That's one odd number. So here I'm just explaining this. Second case, n minus 1 is equal to n minus 12 is equal to 3. Therefore, n is equal to 15. So 3 is one factor, 15 is another factor. Or both of them less than 60? Both of them are less than 60. Answer is none of these. Clear? Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Quick, did it make sense? He just pressed us on odd or even. That's what cat does. Whatever we learn, they just put one rider attached to it. One rider attached to it so that nobody mucks up the formula and start answering using the formula. They use little bit of their brains. They use little bit of their brains. It is not that simply somebody already now gets something. Okay, somebody said that twice the factors minus 1. They become formulas for some people. It's not like that. It's not like that. You need to understand where are odd factors, where are even factors. We need to be able to understand that particular portion. That little bit of understanding is tested. Take extra 30 minutes, 30 seconds, understand and present the answer. If the actual question without any rider, n is an odd number. Without this rider, it will take 30 seconds. With rider, it will take another 30 seconds, something like that. So you add a little bit time, think that, and then present that answer. That's what we are trying to do. 2 is the actual answer, right? 2 is the actual answer. Fair enough. Let's go further. Let's go further. Yeah, now I'm putting a star, which means cats at IFT types. I changed the numbers. I've changed the numbers. Cats at IFT types. I just changed the numbers because if you are solving those papers as a part of anything, so you will not know the answer kind of, right? Yeah. Go ahead, answer this question. Riders are there. Now the riders are there. We finished the basics. I'm attaching riders to the question. There are riders. There are riders. You got to work with those riders quickly, but still it shouldn't take more than a minute. There is just one rider. What is the rider here? X is greater than 0. This is the rider. Yeah. Answer others who didn't answer. I will extend 30 seconds in my mind. I will count. I will count 30 seconds. Put that in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put that in the message. 10 more seconds. Okay, pretty much the time. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Yeah. How comfortable you guys are with the factors? Factors in the numbers, you are all comfortable? Give me a confirmation. Should we do a factor study sometime? Not just finding the basic factors, etc. With respect to factors, are you all comfortable? Playing with the factors, you are comfortable, not just finding total factors that every child will do. That's a high school syllabus. Beyond that, put it in the chat. Are you guys very comfortable with the factors? Because if this that is required to solve this. A little bit of comfort with the factors is required to solve this. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Otherwise, it will be a mess up. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Either part is factor only, no, Vanya? That is factor only. That's how the factors will be used, right? That's how you use the factors. In fact, factors is a part of algebra. Numbers is a part of algebra. Numbers chapter is nothing but a part of algebra itself, basically, right? So those who have done the math Olympiads, the numbers becomes a number theory, becomes a part of algebra only. It's not very different. So therefore, algebra and numbers go hand in hand. We can't really separate them. Fair enough, any which way. So let's take a look at this. X greater than 0, satisfy this particular equation. We will rewrite this first. So you rewrite this as x minus 15. That's the first initial point, and y minus 45, y minus 75, y minus 75 is equal to 1 into 5 into 15 square, right? 15 square is nothing but 3 in 3 power 1 into 5 power 1 whole square. I'm writing it here directly. It becomes 3 square. And you have this what you have. All right, now so a 1 into 5 into 15 square from the beginning of the lecture. If anybody joined now, watch it from the beginning, otherwise you'll be lost, right? Yeah, 1 into 5 into this. Therefore, this is nothing but 3 square into 5 square. We should have arrived at this very fast, right? You don't have to split and do it. You should have arrived at this very, very fast there. Fair enough. So now what author is trying to say? He is now trying to say, give me all integers, give me all integral solutions, not some. Give me all integral solution. Everything is fine. Positive, negative, everything is fine for me. But ensure that x remains positive. Between this particular game, I don't want x to become negative. All that is required. Fair enough. So all positive factors will work for sure. All let this becomes 3. All let this becomes 3 and this becomes 4. 4 into 3, 12. What are these 12? These 12 are positive factors. That will work for sure. Therefore, 12 is there. Now I am adding. Now I'm going to the negative side. See, when I go to the negative side, all right, one way of working on this particular, one way of working on this is what? All right, now 225 into 3, right? That is the number there. So one way of 225 into 3, that is 450 plus 225, that is nothing but 675. Uh, yeah, 675. You can write it like this also. Can I write this as 1 into 675? Because the given number is 675. Okay, so this is what you worked first. So like this, you kept on working. Somewhere in between, you wrote it as 15 into 75. 15 into 75, you wrote this also. Then somewhere towards the end, you wrote it as 675 into 1. So like this, you wrote that. Fair enough. Now look at this. When I said integers, when I say integers here, the negative values are also fine, which means, will this work if I write minus 1 and minus 675? Will this work for me? Will x be greater than 0? It will be greater than 0. Therefore, it will work. See, these 12 are positive, taken. Now I'm saying that between x and y, one of them can be negative, but x should not be negative. That is the meaning of x greater than 0. Between x and y, one of them can be negative, but can x be negative? Absolutely not. So will this work? If I make x minus 15 is equal to minus 1, will it work? It works. So it works means what? X is equal to x is equal to 14. X minus 15 is equal to minus 1 means what? X is equal to 14. Acceptable? Acceptable. This is negative. X minus 75 is equal to minus 675. That's negative. Y has become minus 600. I'm okay with it. Why I'm not bothered? I'm only bothered about x. X should remain positive there. That's why I'm more bothered about. Fine, x is 14. Till where? Till here I'm till this is the cutoff line. This is the cutoff line. How do you get this cutoff line? Very simple. Get this 15 here and get this 75 here. What is this? Is this 1125? Will that be 1125? Yeah, oh yeah, 1125. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. No issues. We'll change it to 1125. Yeah. Yeah. All right, thanks. We'll write to 1125. Fair enough. Okay, 1125. That's right. 125 into 5 cube is 125. 125 into 8 is 1000. 1000 plus 125. Perfect. You're right, man. Yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So we put this to perspective. So that's where we are. So now my point is, one look at this. I know the cutoff line. This cutoff line comes very naturally. How do you understand that this cutoff line comes naturally? What do you mean? You have a 15. You can't go beyond minus 15. As simple as this. So when this is 15, this 75 will come automatically here because this number is generated by using this 15 and 75 only. That's another thing I wanted you to understand. It is in fact generated by using this right from the first example. If you take a look at that, it is generated right from there. Okay, this is the cutoff line because when x minus 15 is minus 15, x becomes 0. If you make x minus 15 is equal to minus 15, 0 not. Therefore, any factor less than 15 is what you have to write manually. It will work, any factor less than 15. So for that, what you should do, go back to your number here. Look, go back to your number. Write this solid. You have 3 square into 5 cube. Generate the factors less than 15. So those numbers are fine. 1 is a factor of this number. 3 is a factor of this number. 5 is a factor of this number. Right after this, what? All 9 is a factor of this 3 square. 3 square means what? 9 is a factor of this number. Then comes 15. But then comes 15 as a factor of this number. But I'm not interested because 15 gives me 0 as the answer. Therefore, I'm not interested in that particular portion of the number. Right, that portion I'm not interested. Therefore, how many more I'm getting? 4 more. What do you mean by 4 more? I can use the negative sign for these numbers of x. Only these 4 more numbers of x. Therefore, what is the answer? 12 positive values it can take, and 4 non-negative values it can. 4 negative values it can take. 4 plus 4 more. 12 plus 4, answer becomes 16. Are you getting this point? Are you getting this point? This is what CAT does. They will attach some rider so that you start thinking about it, which means they put an additional constraint. What I meant by the rider is they put an additional constraint so that we wear a thinking hat, not just the formula or something that we have learned. We'll start wearing the thinking hat and start working with the numbers a little bit. Okay, two portions. One, you find the number of factors which give the positive solution. Second one, the cutoff number. You got to look at the cutoff number there. Cutoff number there. You got to get to the cutoff number. Cutoff number is decided by this 15. Look at this 15. So that is the cutoff number. So you have to think of the factors less than 15. That's it. Very small number. Cutoff number will be a small number. It is not that the cutoff number will run into some thousands, etc. Nobody gives such crazy number. Simple cutoff number they would give. We need to be able to work with that cutoff number. That's all the expectation that they would have. Making sense, friends? Yes, no, everyone? Making sense? Are you all learning something? Is it adding value to you, what we are trying to discuss? We have not gone into level 2, level 3 kind of. Okay, people can call this itself as a level 2, but those who know the fundamentals, these are all level 1s. If you know the fundamental very well, it becomes level 1. For the unknown, everything is level 4 only. Right? If there is something like level 4, level 5, everything is level 4 when you don't understand. Once you understand, that is when you can categorize into levels. Right? Yeah. Because there were instances where cubic equations were given. Cubic equations were given in CAT. That becomes level 2, level 3. Not these simple ones. There are simple ones, basic understanding of factors, basic understanding of this, pretty basic understanding. We have not gone into any depth out here. Just that the method should be clear. Method should be very, very clear. Okay, that's the negative side. With the negative side. Go ahead, give me the answer. Give me the answer quickly. Yes, Sonakshi, you can see the last 4-year papers. You find the integral solutions. Of course, yes. You find integral solution. Integral solutions are always there. The form can keep changing, but the integral solutions come. Right? Be it linear or be it non-linear, you find them. Answer this fast, fast. Okay, all right, all right. Right. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. So let's follow, because once first time we got the minus sign. So let's follow this. Let's follow and check how does this look like. Or what is the meaning of this? How does this shape up like? So is the shape same or they're very different out here? What is happening? Because so far we one structure that we examined is a plus x plus b by y is equal to 1 by c. This is one structure that we examined. So now we are looking at the structure which is of the form a minus x minus b by y is equal to 1 by c. This is the structure that we are seeing. Okay, let's see, is this structure any different from that we were trying to see? If it is different, in what sense it is different? Let's try and examine this. First question we are doing, therefore let's see this again. Whole of this you will multiply by 4xy. You will multiply this whole thing by 4xy so that you shift all the parameters to the numerator, right? So if you are shifting to the numerator, you would be writing this as 8. Alright, you will be writing this as 8y minus 12x, which is also equal to xy. Right, this is what something that you kind of write there. Okay, so once you rewrite this equation, xy plus 12x minus 8y is equal to 0. So all remains same. So you look at this particular parameter, you take x common and you write this as y plus 12. And then from here, you again simply need y plus 12 here. Therefore, you say that. So there is all, but there is a minus 8 here. Substitute minus 8, you write it here. That satisfies. Therefore, what is that extra you got? The extra you got is minus 8 into 12. Extra you got is this, because this minus 8 into 12 didn't exist. To deliberately balance this equation, you wrote this to balance it. Fair. So after balancing it, you say that, okay, this equation has become x minus 8 and this is y plus 12, which has become minus of 8 into 12, right? Minus of 8 into 12. Now listen to this. This is no different from what we were trying to do out earlier. In the sense here, in the earlier case, you wrote something like this. You said that this can be written as x minus AC, x minus AC, and you wrote this as y minus BC is equal to ABC square. That is what you kind of wrote there. Now this time when you are writing it, you kind of write it as x minus AC. Let x minus AC, in the sense here the coefficient of x is positive, the coefficient of y is negative, or the coefficient of y is negative, coefficient of x is positive. Always write this different kind, x minus AC, or you write it like this. So here, therefore, y plus bc, you got to write it as y plus bc. If it is a minus sign here, you change it to plus. Coefficient of y, you take it as negative, therefore you write it, change it to plus. That's what you observe it here. Y plus bc is equal to, there is one plus sign and one minus sign, therefore overall sign is minus. You write it as ABC square. You can rewrite it like this. In a sense, it is pretty much similar to what we learned before. This is what we learned before. If there is a minus sign, it is exactly same with a small change. With the signs, we just have to remember it once. If I remember this, remembering this is not a problem. You arrive at this particular piece of information. In the sense, when you look at this particular question, you could have as well written this directly. You could have written this as x minus. Okay, where is A here? This is my A is 2, this is my B, and this is my C. You could have directly written as x minus 8, and y plus B is nothing but 3, and C is 4, therefore 4 into 3, 12. You add this as 12, which is also equal to minus of A, B, and C square, that is 2 into 3 into 4 square. You could have written this, which would be similar to this particular calculation, whatever you would have got earlier. All right, ABC, all right, ABC, and that particular square. Or did we do a mistake somewhere there before? 12 into 8, 96. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, right. Okay. So are you clear on this? Structurally, it's clear, everybody? Structurally, is it clear, everyone? Structurally, it is clear. Give a quick confirmation. Structure is clear. Shall I erase this? We'll write the structure directly, then we'll analyze this. I will show you some of you got a different answer. Yeah, structurally it is clear. Right. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I've erased everything. So I'm rewriting this. So therefore, we already reached that particular stage where we said that x minus 8. I'm rewriting it just by looking at this because we know x minus AC, all of that stuff. So therefore, we are writing it as y plus 12 is equal to ABC square. I'm writing it in this particular fashion. 2 raised to power 5 into 3 raised to power 1 with a minus sign. With a minus sign. there is a minus sign there. You kind of rewrite it like this quickly. So we all kind of know what I'm writing here. All right, now this piece of information, we all know what we wrote there. Fair enough. So like, therefore, all right, now looking at this, hey, it's a minus sign, which means one number minus, one number positive. So therefore, you are trying to say that this is 5. This will be factorized in 6 ways. All right, this can be factored in 2 ways. 6 into 2. There are 12 factors. There are 12 factors. What do you mean by these 12 factors? Listen very, very carefully. I'm talking about the integral solution. 12 factors, but there is a negative sign. Please remember that there is a negative sign out there. You can write it something like this. Hey man, I will write this as -1 here, and I will write this as 96 here. Fair enough. -1 into 96 is -96, right? Because the outcome is nothing but -96. I can write it like this. Okay. So you may say that no. I will write this as -2. All right, you will write this as -2. All it into -2 into all it 48. I'm fine with this. You will write it like this as well. While writing this, somewhere you would have written it as -8. All it you would have written somewhere as -8. All it into all it -8 into 12. This is also you would have written, right? That is also 96, right? Likewise, you would have went on to write. Finally, you would have said that, hey, I will write this as -96 into 1. Fair enough. So all the factors have come in here. What are all these numbers that you have written? What you wrote here as 1, 2, 8, and all of this. All these particular numbers are the 12 factors. All these numbers are nothing but 12 factors. Fair enough. So these are the 12 factors, out of which this factor does not work. Out of these 12 factors, this particular factor does not work. This does not work out of these 12 factors. Why? Because if x minus 8 is equal to -8, then x is 0. Hey, domain cannot be 0, man. That's not possible. This did not work. Okay, therefore, out of 12 factors, you are saying that 11 factors are in my favor. But can I change the sign here? Yes, I will make this plus and I will make this minus. The value of y will change now by making this. I will make this plus and I will make this minus. I will make this plus, I will make this minus. I will make this plus, I will make this minus. Therefore, now you say that all 12 factors are valid. Therefore, 12 factors plus 11 factors. Together, there will be 23 ways of writing this. None is the answer because the actual answer is 23. One of them fails, which means whenever I ask integral solutions, you just as usual find the factors. Twice factors -1. Whenever we say completely without any additional condition, I give integral solution. Your method remains same. 2 times of factor -1, be it plus sign or be it plus sign here or be it minus sign here, that doesn't matter. Irrespective of plus or minus sign, answer remains 2 times of factors -1. I just showed you which case fails. There is always a case which fails, be it positive sign or negative sign. Message is loud and clear, everybody. Message is loud and clear. Why not equal to 0, Raju? You came in between and you are asking why not equal to 0, because domain cannot be 0, man. You can't put x is equal to 0 here. Please listen to the lecture from the beginning. Please go back to the beginning of the lecture and watch it. That would definitely help you, because x cannot be 0. Domain cannot be 0. You should always check with the domain. Algebra, you should always focus on domain, all right? Because these are all rewriting forms. Checking has to be always with that. Y also. You need a separate confirmation for y, Mr. Raju. Once I said for x, it is true for y also, isn't it? Extended thinking, basic algebra, right? Very good. All right, fine. So this last question, you take it as a homework. Okay. Applicable to all of them. Yeah, both equations. That's what I said 1 year. Yeah, take this as a homework. That brings to the closure of this particular lecture. So as a part of this Cat Ninjas, all algebra, we are doing it on the app. The entire algebra, I mean, like all impactful topics. What we are doing is I'm not doing a complete study. I'm bringing all impactful topics. I will take up one particular concept, and from that particular concept, I will take out the things, right? I will take out the things from there. Okay, Raju, please listen to the lecture from the beginning. Yeah, don't try to say that 22 is the number, 21 is the answer, 22 is the answer. You joined in between. I understand. You please do it from the beginning. You will understand it. You will understand it, right? Yeah. So as a part of this particular study, we are doing the algebra on the app. The next lecture on the app comes on Wednesday. No, I'm nothing on the app on Tuesday. On the app on the Wednesday, that is 2 to 8:15 with about 15 minutes break, right? That's what we do there. Tonight we'll be doing the numbers. All right, tonight we will be doing the numbers. That's on the YouTube under the Cat Ninjas banner. All right, that's what we are doing on the numbers. So we'll continue. Probably already we are short on the Euler's theorem. So we will today quickly wrap up the Euler's theorem. Then we will decide what to do next further from there. So this is what we'll be doing. So if you are following the numbers, if you have not, you got to look at Euler's theorem part 1. Euler's theorem part 1, where I spoke about Euler's number. I spoke about the application of Euler's number in cat-like exams. Do that, so that, because today I will not be explaining the Euler's number again. I will be explaining the theorem. Technically, number and theorem we should have finished in the same class, but somewhere we could not do that because of paucity of time. So therefore, we are doing the theorem. The background to the theorem is the Euler's number. So if you put that as Cat Ninjas 1.0, you go to Cat Ninjas 1.0. So you will find the lectures on this Euler's number, Euler's theorem. It is also written as Euler's theorem. Take a look at that lecture and attend this Euler if you want to attend Euler's theorem, right? So then you do that at 10 p.m. tonight. Tonight we will do this on 10 p.m. Right, okay, I will see you at 10 p.m. So then this is pretty much about this. If you have liked that particular lecture, put that like before you wind up. It'll ask for your feedback, etc. If you have liked it, then you put it as a like. If you have not liked it, when you like it, you do that, right? Okay, and share the link with your friends as well. Let them also watch it. So if there's some of your friends are also doing it. Yeah, some of the finest educators have launched some CAT courses. They're about to launch it on 15th. And if you have taken the plus or any subscription, you can take a look at these courses. You can look at the course offerings, what they are trying to do. If you click on that, you will get all the details. So you can understand it. Yeah. So unlike 200 members who used to get certain offers, there are 500 members who are getting these particular offers. Right, 500 members will be getting a scholarship on this particular Sunday. Generally, it is 200 members, but this particular Sunday, it looks 500 members. So therefore, this on 19th. If you have not taken the CAT Combat, it is 1 hour test, which is held on Sundays at 12 noon. All right, at 12 noon, just an hour test with about 30 questions. Try your luck, then you will get some rewarding scholarships. All right, that brings to the closure of the lecture. So any questions, let me know. So otherwise, we are done for it. I will see you guys at 10 in the night. Bye till then.